Starting off our list at number 10 is Ashton Kutcher. Don't freak out, the actor didn't cheat on his wife and mother of his children, Mila Kunis. He actually cheated on his wife that came before her, Demi Moore. The actress was 16 years older than Ashton and had 3 teenage girls when they first got together. When they got married, he was only 25 years old. The age difference had rumors flying that there was trouble in paradise when it came to their marriage. The majority of rumors were that Ashton was cheating on Demi with multiple different women. The rumors may not have stuck, but one alleged hookup sure did when there was proof. Paparazzi captured pictures of Ashton leaving his hotel, the Roosevelt, with Sarah Leal in the car with him. After the picture surfaced, Sarah came forward with the truth, saying that they hooked up in a hot tub in September 2011 on his 6-year anniversary with Moore. During an interview with The Sun, she stated, and I quote, "We had sex twice, everything felt natural, we were having a good time, one thing led to another. He was good, it wasn't weird or perverted or creepy. I was attracted to him and he was attracted to me." She also went on to say that Ashton told her he was separated from Demi at the time when they hooked up. Needless to say, Ashton and Demi officially divorced not long after the truth came out. At number 9 is LeAnn Rimes. She's known for a bit of everything, acting, singing, and she's even recognized now as an author. She is a triple threat. However, one thing she isn't very good at is being faithful to her husband. Her cheating scandal caused a lot of controversy when photos of her kissing her co-star Eddie Cibrian at a romantic dinner together. Turns out Eddie was married too. The scandal made headlines back in 2009 when the footage was leaked from a restaurant security camera. The photo snapshots show the two actors holding hands, kissing, and cuddling up next to each other. Rimes was married to Dean Shermitt since 2002, and Eddie was married to Brandi Glanville since 2001 and even had 2 kids with her. Once both of their spouses were made aware of the cheating, they both pulled the plug on their marriage. LeAnn and Eddie eventually married each other in 2011. How romantic. Taking over the number 8 spot is Balthazar Getty. Most people remember this scandal because the picture went viral of the famous topless holiday cheating scandal. Back in 2008, the actor's career was in its prime when he starred in Brothers and Sisters. Not only was his career going well, but so was his marriage. He had a long-term marriage with his wife Rosetta Getty, and the two of them even had 4 children together. That was quickly ruined when he was caught having an affair with Sienna Miller. They were caught together in Italy on a vacation when topless photos of Sienna made headlines. Getty and his wife separated for 2 years after the incident, but decided to work things out. The actor and his wife opened up during an interview with People magazine and said that it actually made their marriage stronger. As for Sienna, she later dated Jude Law, who ended up cheating on her with their nanny. Karma? At number 7, we have Katharine McPhee. Her career first started in the music industry when she came in 2nd place during her season on American Idol. She later transitioned into the acting world when she landed a starring role on the television series Smash in 2012. During her time on the show, paparazzi managed to get some photos of Katharine and the director of the series, Michael Morris, kissing, which definitely wasn't part of her job description. Both of them were guilty because they were both married at the time. Michael was married to the mother of his 3 children, and Katharine had been married to a man named Nick Kokis for 5 years at that point. Her husband ended up filing for divorce, and the paperwork was finalized in 2014. Swiping the number 6 spot is Ryan Phillippe. For a long time, the actor was married to Reese Witherspoon, and they were one of Hollywood's most admired couples. They got married in 1999 and were together until 2006, where they had 2 kids together, a daughter and a son. The couple always came across as having the perfect relationship, which is why people were stunned when Ryan was photographed kissing another woman while he was still married to Reese. Photos made headlines of Ryan and the Australian beauty Abby Cornish having a public makeout session. In 2007, Ryan and Reese divorced as a result of the cheating scandal, and eventually Ryan spoke openly on his romance with his mistress. The two of them continued to be in a relationship together until 2010. Halfway through the list at number 5 is Elizabeth Taylor. The actress was part of a huge Hollywood scandal all the way back in 1962. It was one of the most scandalous and iconic headlines made during the time. Paparazzi caught Elizabeth spending some romantic time with Richard Burtman on a private yacht. The first photo appeared in June of 1962, and people were shocked seeing as both of them had been married at the time. Elizabeth was married to her 4th husband at the time, Eddie Fisher, and Richard was married to his first wife, Sibel Williams. Once the pictures were out, the two of them left their marriages to be together. They became an iconic couple in Hollywood and got married only 1 year after the scandal on March 15, 1964. Their love story was legendary, but for all the wrong reasons. Here we are at number 4 with Hugh Grant. Even with photographic evidence, some actors are able to weasel their way out of the wrongdoings. But Hugh's photographs are not the typical kissing photo like anyone else on this list. Not only was he publicly outed for cheating on his girlfriend in 1995, he was also arrested because he had solicited an escort. His cheating scandal pictures, his mugshot, and hers. There is no way you're possibly talking yourself out of this one. Back then, Hugh Grant and his girlfriend Elizabeth Hurley were one of Hollywood's power couples, or so everyone thought. During the scandal, fans were shocked that Elizabeth actually stood by her man's side. It didn't last very long though, the damage had already been done and they split not too long after. Taking the number 3 spot is Kristen Stewart. Her scandal broke the hearts of many Twilight fans. She began dating her co-star and movie boyfriend Robert Pattinson while filming the Twilight series of movies. Fans were obsessed with their love story since they got to see it in the movies and also in real life. She ruined their love story when she was caught cheating with her Snow White and the Huntsman director Rupert Sanders. The paparazzi leaked the photos in 2012, which showed the two of them making out in a car and snuggling up together on a deserted hike. Not only was Kristen in a relationship, but so was Rupert. He was married to Liberty Ross and also had kids with her. Robert, Liberty, and fans were all heartbroken by the shocking scandal. Kristen issued a statement saying, "I'm deeply sorry for the hurt and embarrassment I've caused to those close to me and everyone this has affected. This momentary indiscretion has jeopardized the most important thing in my life, the person I love and respect the most, Rob." The two of them split not long after, and Rupert's wife filed for divorce the following year. Alright guys, at number 2 we have Marlon Wayans, the actor who made big waves in the acting industry when he starred in White Chicks back in 2004, one of my favorite movies to this day. However, I am not too pleased with the actor after learning about his cheating scandal. The scandal happened in 2012 when he had been dating his girlfriend and mother of his 2 children, Angelica Zachary, for 12 years. Pictures made headlines that showed Marlon kissing and caressing a mystery brunette on a private yacht in St. Barth's. Some people were shocked while others stated that he's always had some commitment issues. During an interview with Wendy Williams before the scandal took place, he revealed that he and Angelica don't even live together, even though they have kids together. When asked why, he said, "I like to keep it fresh. When you live together, that's when the sweatpants and the cream on the face comes out and it kind of says you're not going to get some." How did he possibly explain this to his kids? He later admitted that once his kids found out about the cheating, they physically lashed out at him. Angelica decided to stick it out with him, but they ended up getting a divorce in 2013. Taking the number 1 spot is Kevin Hart. This one cut deep for me because he is one of my favorite comedians, so it's hard not losing any respect for him. Not only was Kevin married at the time of his cheating scandal, but his wife was actually pregnant. He was on a trip in Las Vegas when camera footage broke the internet showing the actor getting up close and personal with an exotic dancer. The footage was taken from a Vegas nightclub surveillance video. Once the footage was out there, Kevin came forward in a shocking Instagram video where he confessed his affair to his millions of followers to try and stop the mistress from trying to get money from him in exchange for her silence. At the time all of this was going on, his second wife was in her 3rd trimester of pregnancy. Turns out his wife was actually the mistress that broke up Kevin's first marriage, so their story is kind of a mess altogether. Kevin continued to publicly own up to his actions and apologize for his mistakes, which his wife actually forgave him for.
In at number 10, Robert Kardashian. While Kris Jenner was married to Rob Kardashian, she was caught having an affair with a friend named Todd Waterman. Robert knew this at the time of their divorce many years ago, but Kris didn't reveal her infidelity to the world until she released her memoir in 2011 called Kris Jenner and All Things Kardashian. In the book, she kept the name of the man private and called him Ryan, but the man was later identified as Waterman. Kris later revealed that the biggest mistake in her life was divorcing Rob. Todd also regrets his part in the affair. Waterman told the Daily Mail in 2012, quote, "There's several things I regret and it's definitely the pain that it caused Robert and the children specifically. I think it affected Courtney the most. I know she was definitely affected and I always felt bad about that." And at number 9, Will Smith. Will and Jada Smith are the ultimate Hollywood power couple, but even they have problems. While they were going through a rough patch, Jada started an entanglement with another man. Apparently Will had known about this relationship since it happened, but the world found out when the man that Jada cheated with, named Alcina, revealed it to the world. He said, quote, "I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, and I truly and really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her." Speaking about Jada, Alcina claimed that Will knew about the relationship and gave them his blessing. At first Jada denied the claims, but later decided to speak about it on the Red Table Talk. On the show, Jada said there was a point in time that her and Will were thinking of separating. At this point she started this relationship, but in the end, Will and Jada ended up back together. In at number 8, Regina Lasko. David Letterman admitted to cheating on his wife in front of the entire world. In 2009, Letterman got on television and told his unsuspecting viewers that he was being blackmailed. Apparently, this person knew that Letterman was cheating on his wife with his coworkers and wanted $2 million to keep the secret to himself. Instead of giving in, Letterman admitted it to the whole world. At the time of the cheating, Letterman had been married to his wife for 6 months, but they were together for 20 years prior. It was later revealed the blackmailer was a producer on Letterman's show, and the woman Letterman was cheating with was dating this producer. In at number 7, Beyonce. Beyonce and Jay-Z are an incredibly private couple, but their darkest secret was exposed to the world when Beyonce released her album Lemonade, which told the story of her husband cheating. One song referenced a woman named Becky with the good hair, which caused tons of speculation about who this person was. A woman who worked with Jay-Z named Rachel Roy was first thought to be the woman, but she denied it. Then in 2017, Jay-Z released his album 444, which confirmed that he cheated. In this album, he apologized to Beyonce and their children for his mistake. He also spoke about the mistake in an interview later. In at number 6, Emma Thompson. Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson married in 1989 and worked together on various projects throughout their marriage. At one point, rumors started swirling that Kenneth might be cheating with his Mary Shelley's Frankenstein co-star, Helena Bonham Carter. The details of the affair were not spoken of publicly, but in a 2013 interview, Thompson confirmed there was an affair. She also added she'd made peace with Helena. In 2018, Thompson told The Telegraph that one of the most famous scenes from Love Actually where she found the necklace was based on reality. At that time, she just learned of the affair and used her emotion for that scene. She said, quote, "I had my heart very badly broken by Ken, so I knew what it was like to find the necklace that wasn't meant for me. I've had so much bloody practice crying in a bedroom than having to go out and be cheerful, gathering up the pieces of my heart and putting them in a drawer." Halfway number 5, Sandra Bullock. The marriage between Jesse James and Sandra Bullock went down in flames due to infidelity, caused by Jesse's insecurity over their relationship. The couple first started dating in 2003 and got married in 2005. But after only 5 years of marriage, they split in 2010, and it was exposed that Jesse had been cheating with multiple women. After the split, Jesse said the hardest thing was not being able to be with their adopted child Louis, who Bullock adopted without James. Following the cheating, Bullock filed for divorce and Jesse James became the most hated man in America. At one point, he even tried to downplay the cheating to the public, which got him even more hate. And at number 4, Tori Spelling. The old saying goes, how you get 'em is how you lose 'em. And that was proven in this relationship. While Tori Spelling and Dean McDermott were dating other people, they started cheating on their partners with each other. Eventually, Dean and Tori started dating and even got married. But then years later, rumors started to swirl that Dean was cheating on Tori. Dean actually admitted to it and even checked himself into rehab. The whole thing was shared on the couple's TV show, so viewers got to see exactly what was happening. The pair managed to work through it all and are still married today. And at number 3, Brandi Glanville. This one's a bit of a mess with a lot of cheating involved. At one point in time, Brandi Glanville and Eddie Cibrian were married, and Leanne Rimes was married to Sean Sherman. But then Leanne and Eddie started cheating together, and it turned into a huge mess. The affair was a main storyline on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, along with Vanderpump Rules. Vanderpump Rules star Sheena Shea was also involved in this drama because she was also cheating with Eddie, while Eddie was with both Leanne Rimes and Brandi Glanville. Eddie must have been very busy during this time. But there's somewhat of a happy ending. Leanne Rimes and Eddie Cibrian got married and are still together to this day. And at number 2, Iggy Azalea. The messy split all started with a prank war, if you can believe it. The Lakers were caught up in a prank war, and in the midst of that war, Nick Young revealed he was cheating on Iggy. The whole thing was even caught on tape. Apparently behind closed doors, Nick Young and Iggy worked it out and he managed to convince her that it was all a lie, which she decided to believe, and they kept dating. But then security cameras caught Young in the act, and Iggy saw him bringing girls into their home. To add insult to injury, it came out that Young was even expecting a baby with his ex-girlfriend, Kiana Green, which was conceived while he and Iggy were together. Iggy ended up dumping him on Twitter. And finally, at number 1, Sienna Miller. Jude Law and Sienna Miller were one of Hollywood's hottest couples, until they were caught up in a cheating scandal. Even worse, Jude Law cheated with the nanny. The couple was engaged for 8 months when the nanny claimed that she and Jude Law were having an affair. Jude Law ended up admitting to the cheating and apologized to Sienna in an open letter. He said in part, quote, "There is no defense for my actions, which I sincerely regret, and I ask that you respect our privacy at this very difficult time. The pair stayed together for a few years, but they split for good in 2011.
Number 10. Liam Payne. The former One Direction member was engaged to Maya Henry in the summer of 2020. Their romance began in 2019 when the pair was pictured together at a series of public events, and they announced their engagement the following year, and Liam proposed with a $4 million ring. But Maya first indicated there was trouble in their relationship after a fan went on Instagram and posted a slideshow of Liam hugging and kissing a mysterious brunette. The fan tagged Maya in the post, which prompted her to go off in the comments section. She wrote, "Please stop sending me these pictures of my fiance wrapped around another woman. This is not me, and it's hard enough knowing this happened without seeing it." Scandal erupted online as Liam began receiving tons of backlash for his alleged infidelity, which he adamantly denied, insisting that they weren't together at the time. Either way, the young couple eventually broke up for good that same year. If you're loving this video so far, please hit that like button, it would really help us out. Number 9. Adam Levine. The Maroon 5 frontman has been married to his Victoria's Secret supermodel wife Bahati Prinsloo for almost a decade, and the couple have 2 children together, and another one on the way. But all that came crashing down when an Instagram model named Summer Stroh went on TikTok and posted a video called "Having an Affair with a Man Who's Married to a Victoria's Secret Model," which was basically a whole video confessing that they had been in a relationship with Adam Levine for a whole year. She has also come through with a whopping amount of evidence and posted a series of DMs that Adam sent her on Instagram. To make matters worse, several months after their affair, Adam DM'd Sumner out of the blue asking if she would be okay with him naming his new baby after her. This news was perhaps one of the biggest cheating scandals of the year, and so far another 4 women have come out claiming to have been involved with the singer at one point in time. Number 8. Ned Fulmer. The internet went crazy when a video started circulating on social media of Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys kissing his employee Alex Herring at a New York City bar. Alex is actually one of the most well-known employees of the company, and over the years she's been featured in many videos. But if that wasn't bad enough, she was engaged to her fiance Will Thayer at the time, and the couple had been together for 11 years. The scandal was insane. Fans were beyond shocked that certified wife guy Ned was even capable of cheating on his beautiful wife Ariel Fulmer. He was known as a super devoted husband who loved to gush over his wife in almost every video, so he really betrayed the audience as well as his own family. As a result, he was swiftly fired from the Try Guys, and he had to put out a statement owning up to the affair, admitting to having a consensual workplace relationship. Number 7. Gerard Piqué. In early June, Barcelona and Spain football star Gerard Piqué's high-profile marriage to Colombian star Shakira allegedly ended due to his unfaithfulness. A few days later, Shakira and Piqué confirmed that they had in fact called it quits. According to Spanish newspaper Marca, the other woman was 23-year-old Clara Chia, who was dating one of his friends at the time. Piqué was allegedly smitten the first time he saw her, and they exchanged phone numbers and started dating in secret. Now, new details have emerged that he may have been cheating on Shakira as far back as 2012 with Israeli supermodel Bar Refaeli, who also happens to be Leonardo DiCaprio's ex-girlfriend. The affair was exposed when Shakira found messages detailing their intimate encounters. When she was asked about Piqué being linked to another woman, she told Elle magazine, "I can only say that I put everything I had into this relationship and my family," and pointed out that although she chose her marriage over her career, sadly it still didn't work out. Number 6. Jason Derulo. Nearly 1 year after Jason Derulo and Jenna Frooms broke off their relationship, she exposed him for cheating on her throughout their relationship. When her comment section filled up with people accusing her of sleeping around, Jenna took to Instagram to correct the narrative, saying, "It's unfortunate my situation didn't work out because we once did aspire to be married, but maybe it's best to be single than be in a relationship and constantly be disrespected and cheated on and lied to. No one aspires to be a single mom, but if your non-negotiables are being tested, you'll never find peace in that relationship." The 28-year-old insinuated that Jason had a whole roster of women during the time they were together. She said, "If a man wants a different girl every week over his family, I'll never accept that. We will never be able to make it work happily. I was straight up told that I should turn the other cheek. I'll never be okay with sharing a lover that I love with all my heart. If the streets come first, I can't change that." Number 5. Ime Udoka. Actress Nia Long had been in a relationship with Celtics coach Ime Udoka for well over a decade, and the two share a 10-year-old son. Just 2 weeks before they planned to move their family to Boston, where they were house hunting, Nia learned about his betrayal. It turns out her fiance was having an affair with a married front office staffer. It was Ime who reportedly came clean to the actress about the affair because news of his infidelity was about to be made public. On September the 22nd, the Boston Celtics announced that the coach had been suspended for the 2022 to 2023 season for violating team rules. Nia then released a statement addressing her heartbreak, saying, "The outpouring of love and support from family, friends, and the community during this difficult time means so much to me. It may also released a statement saying, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am so sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision." Number 4. Sebastian Bear McLeod. Early this month, Emily Ratajkowski filed for divorce from film producer husband Sebastian in Manhattan Supreme Court after 4 years of marriage. Back in July, a source close to the model confirmed that the couple had broken up because of his infidelity. Quote, "He cheated. He's a serial cheater. It's gross. He's a dog." Although Emily hasn't spoken out directly about her personal life, she has removed both her engagement ring and wedding band and has been photographed without the jewelry for at least 3 weeks. She chose not to trash Sebastian publicly, but instead subtly confirmed the rumors by liking several tweets, including one that said, "Emrata, finally free from that man, just proves that God is actually very real." And "I can't believe that little B cheated on Emrata." In truth, everyone was especially surprised that Emily got cheated on, given her insane beauty and supermodel status. Pretty soon the internet flooded with women in despair saying things like, "Well, if Emily Ratajkowski got cheated on, then no one is safe." Number 3. Neo. In early August, Crystal Renee Smith filed for divorce from Neo after 6 years of marriage, alleging that he had not only fathered a child with another woman, but had been cheating on her for 8 years with multiple women. She exposed him on Instagram, saying, "8 years of lies and deception, 8 years of unknowingly sharing my life and husband with numerous women who sell their bodies to him unprotected, every last one of them. To say I'm heartbroken and disgusted is an understatement. To ask me to stay and accept it is absolutely insane. The mentality of a narcissist." Neo responded on Twitter writing, "For the sake of our children, my family and I will work through our challenges behind closed doors." But the worst part was that Crystal discovered the truth just 3 months after she and her husband had renewed their wedding vows. The betrayal that she would have felt is immeasurable, particularly because in her case, the cheating had been going on for such a long period of time before she ever found out. Number 2. Matthew Morrison. In late May, it was reported that the Glee star got kicked off season 17 of So You Think You Can Dance because he developed an inappropriate relationship with a female contestant. Matthew has been married to Renee Puente since 2014, but he's still decided to pursue a female contestant on the show, who has not been named, and sent her flirty DMs on Instagram. A US Weekly source claimed that the messages contained sexual innuendos and were flirty to the extent that he was overstepping boundaries. Eventually, the contestant felt so uncomfortable with his line of comments that she went to producers, who then got Fox Studios involved. After they did an internal investigation, Matthew was fired on the spot. The following week, the father of two tried to recover his reputation and took to Instagram insisting that he only asked the contestant for her phone number to help her get a job as a choreographer on a different show. Yeah, I don't think anyone was buying that. And coming in at number 1, Monty Lopez. During an interview with Page 6 in early July, influencer Renee Ash claimed that she had a 5-month affair with Addison Rae's father, Monty Lopez, after he misled and lied to her about the state of his marriage with Sherry Nicole Easterling. She said, "He told me that we were gonna be together and have babies together. I thought we had something real. He told me a story of his marriage that convinced me that they were apart and in the process of getting a divorce." The 25-year-old said that she dumped Monty in early July after several other women told her that he had hit on them in person and on social media. She said, "I loved him and I believed him. When I found out about the other young girls, my heart broke." The creepy part is that Renee is just 4 years older than Addison, and Monty is 46. What's even crazier is that the affair led his wife to hook up with the rapper Young Gravy, much to everyone's surprise. But the only person who must be truly embarrassed about all this is Addison Rae.
And at number 10, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods was on top of the world until a massive cheating scandal derailed his entire career. In 2009, he became a billionaire, but in the same year, everything changed after his wife, Elin Nordegren, learned that Tyler had been cheating on her for years. It started when the tabloids exposed that he was having an affair with a nightclub manager named Rachel Yuchatel. Then a few days after that, he crashed his car in front of his mansion. It was rumored that his wife chased him out of their house. After all this was revealed, countless more women came forward, revealing they had also cheated with Tiger. Tiger addressed everything in a statement saying, quote, "I was unfaithful. I had affairs and I cheated. What I did was unacceptable. I hurt my wife, my kids, my mother, my wife's family, my friends, my foundation, and kids around the world who admired me." Then in 2010, the couple got a divorce, and Tiger's golf performance tanked for years after. And at number 9, Ashton Kutcher. While Ashton Kutcher was married to Demi Moore, he was caught red-handed cheating on her. This all went down in 2011 when paparazzi photos exposed that Ashton was partying with a 22-year-old blonde girl in his bedroom at the Hard Rock Hotel in San Diego. Things were made even worse by the fact that the photos were leaked right before him and Demi's 6-year anniversary together. The craziest part of the story stories that Demi actually knew who the other woman was, and explained the meeting in a memoir. Apparently their whole family was at a bowling alley when Ashton went to change his shoes. The girl then gave Ashton her number on a napkin. Apparently Ashton actually showed her the number that night, and they joked about how funny that it was. Ashton made it seem like she had nothing to worry about, but sadly that was not true, and Ashton did get into contact with this girl. They divorced shortly after. And at number 8, Justin Timberlake. I could probably make an entire list on just Justin Timberlake's cheating, because he's been caught a number of times doing scandalous things with other women. The most recent incident of Timberlake getting caught red-handed took place in 2019. While married to Jessica Biel, photos were leaked showing him getting handsy with his co-star at the time, Alicia Wainwright. The pictures were taken in New Orleans while they were filming, when they all decided to go out on their night off. They went to a local bar, and in the pictures you can see him holding her hand, her putting her hand on his leg, and all around just super flirty stuff. Fans also pointed out that Justin also wasn't wearing his wedding ring. For obvious reasons, this started a huge cheating rumor mill, but Justin released a public statement saying that nothing happened further than what everyone saw in the photos. Yeah, right. Jessica decided to stay with him and work through things. And at number 7, Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart is another Hollywood star that has been labeled a serial cheater because of his infidelity while married to both of his wives. The worst was when he was caught cheating on his pregnant wife, Iniko Parrish, in 2017. This was exposed in a video where you could see Kevin getting in the back of a car with another woman. After the footage went viral, the internet started claiming that he had cheated on his wife, who was 8 months pregnant. Then some more footage was released that seemed to be a tape showing Kevin cheating on his wife while in the act. Apparently the footage was filmed as an extortion attempt. His wife Iniko later talked about how she found out about it in the first place. She said it was through a DM message on Instagram. Her exact words were, quote, "I was about 7 or 8 months pregnant and I was having breakfast and I opened my phone and immediately I just lost it." Kevin finally admitted to it and released a public apology to his wife and family, and the two of them worked through it and are still together. And at number 6, Khloe Kardashian. These two were not married when Tristan cheated, but they were in a long-term relationship with a child on the way. I'm sure we all know by now, but third trimester Tristan earned that name from when he was caught on tape cheating on Khloe days away from her giving birth. Although the cheating was exposed months later, the footage was taken at a hookah lounge in Washington, D.C. in 2017. And the footage is pretty bad. It shows Tristan with 2 girls, one he is making out with and the other is grabbing his junk. And just when it couldn't get any worse, more footage came out showing Tristan taking a different girl into his hotel room months later. So clearly this wasn't the only time that he was cheating, and he wasn't really that discreet about it either. Halfway number 5, Ryan Garcia. Ryan was not only caught cheating on his fiancée, he was caught on camera. A paparazzi video showed Ryan and Mali Trevejo making out outside of a restaurant, and things got nasty when his pregnant fiancée, who he already shared one child with, called out both of them online. His fiancée posted on her Instagram that she was away visiting her family and thought Ryan was training, but sadly he was out cheating. After this, Malu made her own apology video saying that she knew that he had a kid, but she didn't know that he was engaged or had another baby on the way. And as a last-ditch effort to save his reputation, Ryan made his own statement on Instagram, writing that him and his fiancée Andrea were not engaged at the time, but they were still together and he was caught up in the moment. And at number 4, Kristen Stewart. This cheating scandal not only broke up a relationship, but it destroyed the fantasy that was created over the course of the massive film franchise Twilight. Back in 2011, Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson were dating, and everyone thought they would end up married because of their on-screen love story. But that all changed when a paparazzi video showed Kristen making out with her director from the movie Snow White and the Huntsman, who was married. He was 41 years old at the time and Kristen was only 22. The Twilight fandom was devastated, even more so when Rob and Kristen split following the cheating. One part of me was devastated back in the day, but Kristen also looked like she was in pain like every time they kissed, so I mean, not so much of a long shot that they would break up. And at number 3, Dixie D'Amelio. Griffin and Dixie were the hot new TikTok couple after they started publicly dating, but that changed pretty fast when it was revealed that Griffin was cheating. Dixie did not take it lying down and decided to make a savage TikTok video exposing all the receipts. In the short video, viewers see snippets of tons of flirty conversations Griffin had with other girls, where he made his intentions very clear. One of these Snapchats shows Griffin clearly saying that he's single, as well as others when he's talking about flying girls out to LA to see them, and is clearly talking about hooking up with them. Then Dixie shows a super lengthy text message that he sent to her apologizing for the cheating, with the message reading in part that he knows he was wrong and hurt her, but he still cares about her. Thankfully, she didn't accept the BS and dumped him immediately. And at number 2, Hugh Grant. This might be the worst case of cheating because not only was it unethical, the cheating was also illegal too. This took place back in 2005 while Grant was with Elizabeth Hurley. Hugh Grant was arrested after police discovered that he was getting intimate with a woman he paid $60 to. This is one of those cases where the news of the the act would have made headlines even if he wasn't cheating with another huge actor. But despite the fact that he cheated, she stayed with him for 5 years after that, but they eventually broke up down the road. Thankfully, she's been able to move on from it and has a great sense of humor. Apparently, the former couple are actually even still close to this day. And finally, number 1, Arnold Schwarzenegger. This is another cheating scandal that broke the internet because it was something straight out of a movie. Many years after it happened, it was exposed that Arnold cheated on his wife, Maria Shriver, with their housekeeper. Even worse, she got pregnant after the affair and had a child that Arnold kept hidden from his family. The affair was kept on the low until 2011 when the LA Times uncovered the story. Apparently, the affair was revealed in couples therapy. Maria was suspicious and Arnold fessed up to it. Apparently, Maria was suspicious about their relationship after he met the housekeeper's son and he looked identical to Arnold. Arnold also issued an apology to his wife and children when the news broke out, saying that he was, quote, truly sorry for what happened with the housekeeper named Mildred. Arnold and Maria divorced shortly after this news. Arnold reportedly knew about the child named Joseph Baena and even financially supported him without Maria knowing.
Number 10. John Mulaney. In early September, amid questions about the timeline of John Mulaney's romance with Olivia Munn, the comedian's ex-wife Anna Marie Tendler reportedly knew he was doing things with other women before he went to rehab, and before they ended their marriage in late 2020. It wasn't entirely clear when his relationship with Olivia started, but it appeared that John was going to great lengths to dispute the idea that he cheated. Anne Marie divorced from the comedian after 6 years of marriage. In a statement at the time, the artist said, "I am heartbroken that John has decided to end our marriage. I wish him support and success as he continues his recovery." 1 week later, news broke that Mulaney had started dating actress Olivia Munn, and less than 2 months later, it was confirmed that Munn was pregnant with her and Mulaney's first child. Whether or not there was any overlap between the two women is still very uncertain.
If you're loving this video so far, please hit the like button. It would really help us out. At number 9, we have Kevin Hart. In 2017, Kevin Hart hit headlines when it was said he cheated on his wife, Parrish Hart, who was 8 months pregnant at the time with model Montina Savage. During a Las Vegas trip, a video was made and used in an attempt to extort the comedian. However, instead of playing the blackmailer, Hart ultimately decided to admit to his indiscretions and made a public apology to his wife. While Montina claimed that Hart was just as much as a victim as she was to the leaked video, she said that Hart and his friend JT Jackson initially set up the encounter and hid the camera from her, causing her to sue Hart for $60 million. Luckily for Hart, the lawsuit was however thrown out May that year due to it being filed in the wrong venue. Luckily for Hart, Parrish is a firm believer of second chances, and the two were able to repair the relationship. Both recently welcomed their second child and have since stayed out of the public eye with any more scandals.
Number 8. Matthew Morrison. In late May, it was reported that the Glee star got kicked off season 17 of So You Think You Can Dance because he developed an inappropriate relationship with a female contestant. Matthew has been married to Renee Puente since 2014, but he still decided to pursue a female contestant on the show, who has not been named, and sent her flirty DMs on Instagram. A US Weekly source claimed that the messages contained sexual innuendos and were flirty to the extent that he was overstepping boundaries. Eventually, the contestant felt so uncomfortable with his line of comments that she went right to producers, who then got Fox Studios involved. After they did an internal investigation, Matthew was fired on the spot. The following week, the father of two tried to recover his reputation and took to Instagram insisting that he only asked the contestant for her phone number to help her get a job as a choreographer on a different show. Yeah, I don't know if anyone is buying that.
We have Tiger Woods. Considered one of the best golfers of all time, Tiger Woods was the greatest ambassador to the game of golf. Until a scandal in 2009 forever shattered his golden boy image forever. In 2009, the tabloids reported that Woods had cheated on his wife, Ellen Norwegian, with nightclub manager Rachel Utchell. Shortly after a car crash, Tiger made a statement to the press saying he was unfaithful and had affairs and cheated on his wife. He said, "I hurt my wife, my kids, my mother, my wife's family, my friends, my foundation, and kids all around the world who admired me." But the drama didn't end there. Since Rachel started coming forward with text messages and voicemails, several other women came forward with their own stories about the intimate encounters with the famous golfer, causing Tiger to confess to having intimate relationships with as many as 120 other women while while with his wife. Shortly after his interview, the press went radio silent and he and Ellen tried to repair the relationship. However, the couple ultimately decided to file for divorce on July 3rd, 2010, finalizing their divorce by August 23rd, 2010.
Number 6. Adam Levine. The Maroon 5 frontman has been married to his Victoria's Secret supermodel wife Bahati Prinsloo for almost a decade, and the couple have 2 children together and another one on the way. But that all came crashing down when an Instagram model named Summer Stroh went on TikTok and posted a video called "Having an Affair with a Man Who's Married to a Victoria's Secret Supermodel," which was basically a whole video confessing that they had been in a relationship with Adam Levine for a whole year. She has also come through with a whopping amount of evidence and posted a series of DMs that Adam sent her on Instagram. To make matters much worse, several months after their affair, Adam DM'd Summer out of the blue asking if she would be okay with him naming his new baby after her. The news was perhaps one of the biggest cheating scandals of the year, and so far another 4 women have come out claiming to have been involved with the singer at one point or another.
At number 5, we have Ben Affleck. Married to Jennifer Gardner for 10 years, Bennifer was one of the biggest celebrity couples known today. However, in July of 2015, rumors started to surface that Ben Affleck cheated on Jennifer with the nanny of the couple's 3 children, Christine Uizenen. With Christine only working a couple of months as the couple's nanny at first, Ben tried to deny the allegations by claiming it was just a pile of hot garbage. According to inside sources though, Christine and Ben's affair began in spring of 2015, shortly after she was hired. And what started as a friendship quickly developed into an intimate relationship. It was also said that Christine accompanied Affleck and his 3 kids to the Bahamas in June before Gardner flew down separately. While in the Bahamas, the power couple announced their divorce on June 30th. Shortly after, a photo of Christine and Ben kissing emerged, sending the media into frenzy. The couple's divorce was finalized in October of 2018, and the couple has since moved on and seem to be doing well.
Number 4. Ned Fulmer. The internet went crazy when a video started circulating on social media of Ned Fulmer from the Try Guys kissing his employee Alex Herring at a New York City bar. Alex is actually one of the most well-known employees of the company, and over the years she's been featured in a ton of videos. But if that wasn't bad enough, she was engaged to her fiance Will Thayer at the time, and the couple had been together for 11 years. This scandal was insane. Fans were beyond shocked that certified wife guy Ned was even capable of cheating on his beautiful wife Ariel Fulmer. He was known as a super devoted husband who loved to gush over his wife in almost every video, so he really betrayed the audience as well as his own family. As a result, he was swiftly fired from the Try Guys, and he had to put out a statement owning up to the affair, admitting to having a consensual workplace relationship, as he called it.
Number 3, we have Brad Pitt. Before there was Brad and Angelina, the world knew Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. On July 29th of 2005, Brad and Jennifer tied the knot. However, when Brad was filming Mr. and Miss Smith with Angelina Jolie back in 2003, it's no secret that the two had undeniable chemistry. As the film hit cinemas in January of 2004, rumors started to circulate around Hollywood that the 2 stars were having an affair while on set. And by January of 2005, Jennifer and Brad came out saying after years of being together, they were now calling it quits. Jennifer felt like her whole world was crashing and she believed she lost the love of her life. And in 2011, Brad claimed that while he was married to Aniston, he felt like his life wasn't interesting, and ultimately that's what led to the affair. Since their divorce, Angelina and Brad have now gotten divorced, and Brad has started to rekindle his friendship with Aniston. So, do you guys think this past power couple will get back together, or are they just gonna be friends?
Number 2. Ime Udoka. Actress Nia Long had been in a relationship with Celtics coach Ime Udoka for well over a decade, and the 2 of them share a 10-year-old son together. Just 2 weeks before they planned to move their family to Boston, where they were house hunting, Nia learned about his betrayal. It turns out her fiance was having an affair with a married front office staffer. It was Ime who reportedly came clean to the actress about their affair, because news of his infidelity was about to be made public. On September the 22nd, the Boston Celtics announced that the coach had been suspended for the 2022 to 2023 season for violating team rules. Nia then released her own statement addressing the heartbreak, saying, "The outpouring of love and support from family, friends, and the community during this difficult time means so much to me." Ime also released a statement saying, "I want to apologize to our players, fans, the entire Celtics organization, and my family for letting them down. I am sorry for putting the team in this difficult situation, and I accept the team's decision."
Number 1, we have Ashton Kutcher. Kutcher was caught red-handed by ex-wife Demi Moore on their 6th wedding anniversary when he decided to cheat on Demi with blonde mistress Sarah Leal in a $2,555 suite at the San Diego Hard Rock Hotel. Demi ultimately found out about the alleged affair when she received a Google alert on her cell phone. The alert displayed an article where Sarah shared her intimate interactions with Kutcher that took place in 2011. Barely able to breathe, Demi decided to call Ashton and asked him if it was true. She then claimed he immediately admitted to everything. The couple shortly after decided to split and filed for divorce in 2013, and since Ashton Kutcher married his past castmate Mila Kunis, and Demi has been dating Daniel Hums of March of 2022.
Starting off our list, number 10 is Jude Law. His affair was one of the biggest ones in Hollywood history because of how heavily documented it was. Honestly, it was all the media was talking about at one point in time. He got engaged to Sienna Miller back in 2004, and they honestly seemed like a match made in heaven. But it wasn't long before a cheating scandal surfaced in 2006 and revealed that Jude had been cheating with their nanny. It was the nanny, Daisy Wright, who came out and shared the details of their little entanglement. Jude did not deny it to the press. He actually came clean about the affair and released a public apology to Sienna, saying that he is ashamed and deeply regrets it. Sienna broke off the relationship immediately, but then they tried to rekindle it. It wasn't actually until 2011 that they officially called it quits. Bless her heart for trying to still make it right after that. In spot number 9, we have Ben Affleck. Now, this one is still up for debate, and it always has been, so it will just depend on whose side of the story you actually believe. I will leave that up to you. The actor was once married to Jennifer Garner, and rumors started spreading rapidly that he had cheated on her with their nanny, Christine. Sources claim that they spotted him with the nanny after his split with Jennifer, and that it was revealed that they had been having inappropriate meetings while they were actually together. At the time, Ben refused to comment on the claims, but his rep did. His rep called the allegations complete garbage. As for the nanny, she was legally not allowed to speak on her relationship with Ben and Jennifer, but neither of them continued to use her as a nanny even after they went their separate ways. Cruising into number 8 is Gavin Rossdale. It was an unhappy ending for his marriage with Gwen Stefani. The two of them were married for 13 years before it ended because of adultery. Turns out Gavin was cheating on Gwen right under her nose for 3 years with the family's long-term nanny, Mindy Mann. She was their nanny for a very long time and took care of their 3 sons. Gwen actually uncovered the affair was happening through explicit texts between the two of them, including nude photos of Mindy and plans to meet up for a hookup. She didn't actually find the messages by snooping through his phone. Another nanny discovered them through the family iPad, which was linked to Gavin's phone, and then she told Gwen. Mindy was immediately fired, obviously, and even though Gavin initially said it was all just flirting and that an affair never actually happened, it wasn't until months later that he fully admitted it, and Gwen ended the marriage. Rightfully so. Up next, number 7, we have Arnold Schwarzenegger. Another nanny cheating scandal affair that flooded media outlets and was very heavily documented because the story was so shocking. It's still shocking. The world was in complete shock when finding out that he had a secret son no one knew about for 20 years. He was married to Maria Shriver at the time of the affair and had 4 children together. He had an affair in 1996 with their nanny, Mildred Baena. It allegedly happened while the family was on vacation, and then he stayed behind to shoot a movie. Once Mildred got pregnant and had her son, Arnold thought it belonged to her husband happened until he got older and realized that the son started to look a lot like he did. Once he confirmed that he was the father, he began to financially support him, and once Maria found out, she ended the marriage. Arnold says that he has spent a lot of time with his son Joseph over the years and that they have been getting closer, even working out together. Coming up next at number 6 is Stephen Belafonte. This one is a lot to unravel. I was actually reading through all the articles on this, and my god, it was the messiest divorce like in history. No joke. Stephen and his ex-wife Mel B, the former Spice Girl, hired a nanny named Lorraine Gills who was in her 20s throughout their working relationship. But Mel B started to claim that Stephen was having an affair with Lorraine, and that is when things just got very messy. Stephen and Lorraine then came forward and said that the three of them were in a sexual relationship together and that no affair was ever going on. But then Mel went as far as claiming that her husband actually got Lorraine pregnant during the affair and then paid her $240,000 to have an abortion. They were all in this massive legal battle for years, and Lorraine actually sued Mel B for defamation based on these claims. Mel ended up having to pay her $1.8 million, and Stephen and Lorraine still remain friends to this day. That is a messy situation. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Ethan Hawke. Back in 2003, reports revealed that Ethan and Uma Thurman were ending their marriage and that their nanny, Ryan Shot Hughes, was the reason for it. At the time, Ethan heavily denied it, but then he went on to date Ryan and then later marry her in 2008. And yes, they are still together to this day, so I will save you the time from going and Googling it. This might be the one time that they actually went on to be with the nanny forever. But Ethan has always stuck to his guns, saying that they did not fall in love with each other until after he ended things with Uma Thurman. He defended himself and said, "I know a lot of people imagine some kind of Sound of Music type love affair, but the truth is, by the time Ryan and I were falling in love, it had been a long while since I had employed her." I don't buy it. But hey, maybe you do. Who really knows the truth? Let me know in the comments if you believe it or not. Rolling into spot number 4, we have The Dream. 2010 was a crazy year for him and his wife, Christina Milan. He filed for divorce in February, which came as a total shock to Christina, as she was just 9 days away from giving birth to their daughter. What a gentleman. She asked the court to throw out the divorce papers though, claiming that he was lying about the status of their relationship and also said that he had cheated on her. Turns out she wasn't wrong about the whole cheating claims. Photos leaked and showed The Dream cheating on her with his own personal assistant, Melissa Marie. Images showed them frolicking and just getting real touchy with each other in the Caribbean. When Christina was asked about the cheating scandal, she said, "I didn't know anything, but looking back, my gut was telling me something was off, but I thought I could fix it." Good news is she went on to be a great mother and said motherhood has made her feel sexier than she ever has before. You go, girl. Coming in hot at number 3, we have Mick Jagger. This one has been a big debate ever since the news broke because the cheating allegations came straight from the nanny. Some people believed her story while others just thought that she had different motives. So let me know what you guys think. Back in 2002, nanny Claire Houseman alleged she had a sexual relationship with Mick Jagger. She spoke with the Daily Mirror at the time and went into details about the time that they hooked up, claiming that it happened in the kitchen, which was just 30 feet away from the bedroom that he stayed in with his wife, Jerry Hall. She even went as far as saying that she had Mick in the morning and then he had his afternoon delight in the afternoon with his wife on the same day. Not a good look for Mick, obviously, that's for sure, and not her either. But Claire was firm on the fact that she had no regrets to this hookup, but admitted that she did feel bad for Jerry at the time. How kind of you to feel bad for me, even though you're banging my husband. Thanks so much. Rolling into the number 2 spot, we have John Gosselin. You would probably know him better as John from John and Kate +8, the family with 8 children who got their own reality show and won the hearts of millions of people. It was a fun show. It was kind of weird. But their family life got complicated back in 2009 when a babysitter named Stephanie Santoro opened up to the tabloids about her alleged affair with John. We aren't talking about him cheating on Kate though. This was at the time that he was with his girlfriend, Haley Glassman. He swore that he never cheated and that he was always very faithful to Haley, but Stephanie begged to differ. She claimed they cheated on multiple occasions and that it all started when he invited her to his place to hang out in the hot tub one night. Haley and John eventually broke up, and his mom even admitted to the press that he did not see Haley as the person he wanted to spend the rest of his life with. So that kind of added to the cheating rumors. Winning our number 1 spot is Bill Clinton. I mean, there's really no way that this one would cause a ton ton of controversy. Former President Bill Clinton was caught in a massive sex scandal that led to his impeachment in 1998. He had an affair on his wife Hillary Clinton with a White House intern. He spoke about it all these years later in 2020 when he did an interview for Hillary, the documentary series. He actually took full responsibility in the documentary and said, "Nobody sits down and thinks, I think I'll take a really irresponsible risk. It's bad for my family, bad for my country, bad for the people who work with me." He also went on to explain that the affair was something he used to manage his anxieties, which obviously had people on Twitter just losing their minds. As for Hillary, she did remain by his side through the affair, and even though they are still together to this day, she said it was a very devastating time for her.
And at number 10, Nick Lachey. Jessica Simpson revealed in her recent memoir that she had an emotional affair with Johnny Knoxville while married to Nick Lachey. In the memoir titled Open Book, she spoke about how she felt the emotional cheating was worse than physical, writing, quote, "To me, an emotional affair was worse than a physical one." She added that since she waited till marriage to do the deed, she finally realized that the emotional part mattered much more than the physical, and apparently Johnny and her had a much stronger emotional connection than her and Nick, stating that it was more of a betrayal to have that connection than to sleep with him. And at number 9, Dennis Quaid. Meg Ryan has admitted to dating Russell Crowe while she was married to Dennis Quaid, but says that they were both unfaithful in the marriage. In 2000, Meg Ryan and Russell Crowe starred in the movie Proof of Life. Then photos of the pair getting close on set emerged, and cheating rumors started swirling. Meg Ryan and Dennis Quaid ended up divorcing, and Meg Ryan started officially dating Russell Crowe, although that relationship didn't last long and they split shortly after. Following the scandal, Meg Ryan told InStyle, quote, "What wasn't in the story was the reality of my marriage for 9 years. Dennis was not faithful to me for a long time, and that was very painful. I found out more about that once I was divorced." The drama with the love triangle ended up derailing Meg's career, as the public couldn't just see her as the girl next door anymore. And at number 8, Khloe Kardashian. Khloe Kardashian was actually on the last part of this list because sadly she's been cheated on a lot. During her marriage to Lamar Odom, the pair looked like a picture-perfect fairy tale, and Lamar treated Khloe like a queen on their TV show. But later it was exposed that Lamar had cheated on Khloe hundreds of times over their marriage. Lamar said that after he got with Khloe, hundreds of women came out of the woodwork and wanted to sleep with him, and he gave in to temptation. But he said that his one regret is cheating on Khloe. Quote, "If there's one thing I regret when I was married, it was having multiple affairs with different women. That wasn't the stand-up thing to do. I wish I could have kept it in my pants." The pair finalized their divorce in 2016, and the Kardashians supported him after his life-threatening OD. And at number 7, Ali Laundrie. While Mario Lopez was engaged to Ali Laundrie, he cheated on her, and their marriage ended only weeks after it began. The couple met in 1998 and dated for 6 years before getting married in 2004. But 2 weeks after the marriage, the pair got an annulment, and it was rumored that Lopez had cheated. Neither spoke about it for years until Lopez admitted that he did cheat on Laundrie, well at his bachelor party days before the wedding. He told Howard Stern, quote, "I figured at that point it was easier to ask for forgiveness. It's my bachelor party. We were going to have a good time. I was wrong for obviously lying, and I shouldn't have been in that position." He later admitted that he messed around with several women that weekend. The pair split and are now in other happy relationships. And at number 6, Nick Kokas. While Catherine McPhee was married to Nick Kokas, she was caught kissing her married Smash director, Michael Morris. So obviously that's incredibly messy. The pair ended up splitting because of the cheating, but in the end, Catherine says she doesn't have any regrets about the situation. She told Ocean Drive magazine, quote, "I got married really young and then divorced, and in the last couple of years, I felt like, wow, this is what I should have been doing when I was 20 instead of planning a wedding." She added that she learned deeply from her choices, and she is happy to have strong influences in her life who will force her to look at her failures. Catherine is now married to David Foster, and they have a child together. And at number 5, Jamie Bergman. Bones actor David Boreanaz was exposed for cheating in the worst way possible. He actually had to come forward and admit to cheating because he was being extorted by the woman he had the affair with. Apparently multiple infidelities took place in the marriage, and at a certain point he had to own up to it. He told people, quote, "I just want to be open and honest, I was irresponsible. I was associated with a woman who I was involved with and had a relationship with. She asked for money, I felt as though I was being blackmailed or there was some sort of extortion." After he admitted to the cheating, the pair did not split up and worked to try and get their marriage back on track. The pair are still together to this day. And at number 4, Brittany Cartwright. If you guys watch Vanderpump Rules, then you know about this disastrous cheating scandal. While Brittany and Jax were dating, cheating rumors plagued the couple. It didn't help that Jax was a proven cheater at that point already. The cheating was officially confirmed in season 6 of the show, when Jax admitted to hooking up with one of their colleagues, Faith Stowers. Brittany wasn't sure whether to stay with Jax at that point, but she told Us in 2018, quote, "I see him every single day making efforts, and he's completely changed the way he treats me, the way he talks to me, the way he listens to me. Every single thing about our relationship is better." The pair later got married in 2019 and are still together. And at number 3, Cardi B. Cardi B and Offset are another celebrity couple that is constantly attracting cheating rumors. The worst was in 2017 when Offset was caught in bed with another woman in a video that went viral online. Cardi responded by saying this kind of thing happens to everyone and that she had no intention of leaving him. Then in 2018, the pair officially got married and then welcomed their first daughter, Culture. But their rocky relationship did not stop there. After more rumors of cheating, the pair split only a year after they got married. Cardi even filed for divorce. The woman that Offset was hooking up with at that time even apologized for her part in the mess. But eventually they got back together and just welcomed a second child together. And at number 2, Hillary Clinton. This was the scandal that rocked the political world and made everyone think differently of Bill Clinton. While Bill was in office, it was exposed that he had an affair with his White House intern Monica Lewinsky, who was 22 years old at the time. His political opponents took this opportunity and tried to get Bill to lie under oath so he would be impeached, and their scheme worked. When speaking about it at a televised conference, he famously said, quote, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." But this lie then caused him to get charged with perjury and obstruction of justice. Bill was impeached due to this debacle and removed as president. Even though Hillary was the laughingstock at the time, she stood by Bill. Hillary said, quote, "It was really hard, it was painful, and I was so supported by my friends just rallied around." And finally, number 1, Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen divorced his wife Larsa Pippen in 2016 after 19 years of marriage because of allegations that she cheated. Apparently, multiple sources confirmed that she was hooking up with the rapper Future. One insider said at the time, quote, "He found out about Larsa and Future and couldn't handle it," although after briefly splitting, they actually got back together 4 months later. But then 2 years after that, Larsa was the one that filed for divorce again. I guess the pair weren't able to work it out and realized that they were better apart.
At number 10, we have Selena Gomez, whose back then bestie Taylor Swift seemed to confirm Selena's previous on-again, off-again boyfriend, Justin Bieber, had cheated on her following fan speculation. There had been endless rumors of Justin being unfaithful back then between 2011 to 2014, but he and Selena continued to reconcile and break up for years after, each time while fans assumed they were officially done. Right before Justin tied the knot with his childhood friend and current wife Hailey Baldwin in 2018, rumors of Selena and Justin's relationship resurfaced. But by 2019, Taylor had basically stepped in to save her best friend. At the time, Taylor was fresh off her back and forth feud with singer Katy Perry and seemed to be on a path of airing it all out via Tumblr one weekend. On it, she details her issues with record executive Scooter Braun and naturally with Kanye West and Justin Bieber. This, of course, is where things get a bit messy. Even Suicide Squad actress Cara Delevingne ended up getting involved at one point. Still, it was inevitable that Taylor's own fans found themselves right in the middle of the mess over multiple social sites. However, one fan in particular responded to Justin's "we haven't gotten to communicate our differences" comment, which was alluding to the rumors surrounding him cheating on Selena, as well as some of Taylor's issues with Kanye, through a comment that stated, "You cheated on her best friend and then publicly sided with the man who made revenge against her. Was she supposed to invite you over for tea? F out of here." Where the quote confirmation came from was Taylor liking the post, which obviously led a majority of the internet to believe Taylor confirmed the Jelena rumors. At number 9, we have Beyonce, who remained loyally devoted to her still husband Jay-Z after he confirmed having cheated on her. Naturally, the world was shocked to see Hollywood's favorite couple going into shambles, especially after Beyonce's sister, Solange Knowles, was seen attacking Jay-Z in an elevator. In light of the incident though, mass speculation spread that Solange was merely playing tit for tat because of the rumors stimulating from Jay-Z cheating on her sister. Both stars eventually hinted at said gossip through their music, with Beyonce releasing Lemonade and Jay-Z dropping 444. But before this, Jay-Z gave us the direct scoop for the very first time publicly during a New York Times styled magazine interview where he discussed his life back then. Beyonce and Jay-Z also had prior plans to release a collaborative album in light of everything as they were creating music together, but ended up deciding to go with their solo projects. Jay-Z did admit admit that therapy helped him deal with his past issues and prevented what looked to be their incoming divorce at the time. However, nowadays the rapper-singer twosome have since renewed their vows and appear to be much more content with their current life. At number 8 we have Gabrielle Union and former fiancé Dwayne Wade. The two engaged back in 2013 but briefly separated during the time when Dwayne had conceived a baby boy with Aja Matoyer. The announcement for Dwayne's new bundle of joy was released worldwide less than a week following Dwayne's engagement announcement with Gabrielle. Despite this, Dwayne has referred to his child as a blessing. Oppositely, Gabrielle received infinite hardships from the strain in the relationship, which started off in 2008. Fast forwarding to 2021, Gabrielle talked about their issues in more detail, urging others to be careful when seeking advice from people who have not successfully healed from their own traumas and are trying to help someone else. Regardless, the couple managed to work through their heavy stress and have seemingly become happier in their current marriage of a little under 8 years. They share a younger daughter named Kavia James. At number 7 we have leading Twilight stars Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson. Back when Robert became romantically involved with Kristen, who played his on-screen lover in the romantic action vampire franchise, fans were elated with the discovery of them dating. As private as the two attempted to remain about the relationship, fans were practically obsessed with their fairy tale type of romance. However, fans were soon extremely crushed to find out that Kristen had cheated on Robert with her Snow White and the Huntsman director, Rupert Sanders, a film which included Rupert's then wife, Liberty Ross. Despite the fact that it was revealed the two never slept together, Kristen still gave a public apology to Robert, who forgave her even though they broke it off less than a year later. Robert referred to their relationship as something that was normal in young people, and it never really recovered after that. However, in the years since her affair, Kristen detailed how she managed to get caught up in the scandal, explaining that the cheating was merely a kiss shared between her and Rupert. And even though the stars have been separated for nearly a decade now, Kristen revealed she would have been content marrying Robert if they had gotten to that point. Still, Kristen did acknowledge how the intense pressure around them as young public figures also played a part. In conclusion, the Twilight leads split, and so did Rupert and his wife. Despite Kristen understanding how their scandal was the nail in the coffin of her former relationship, she didn't forget to inform us how the media storm surrounding her relationship with Pattinson made her a stronger person. At number 6 we have rapping duo Cardi B and Offset, who for starters are indeed still together and married to this day. However, there were quite a few instances in their timeline when things are looking a little blurry, and at one point the couple was certainly headed for divorce, amid chatter that Offset was unfaithful throughout the entirety of their relationship. Reports of infidelity on Offset's half have been floating around from the very start, but most notably, images of Offset being unfaithful to Cardi were once leaked off his iCloud by hackers. However, Cardi has insisted on her desire to keep their marriage afloat and work through their issues, stating that she has no reason to explain their situation, which, quote, happens to everyone, to anybody who asks this of her. Yet the two did have a momentary separation in December 2018. Cardi even went as far as filing for divorce of Offset's alleged endless infidelity, who had a previous bad rep for being a womanizer. Offset has denied the gossip time and time again, but multiple women have reportedly stepped forward to inform the female rapper, which again led to their eventual temporary divorce. According to a source from E, Cardi did attempt to forgive and put her trust back into Offset in 2017, but it seemingly backfired on her as she was later plagued with embarrassment and only attempted to move on at first for their child. After deeming her situation as enough is enough, the narrative that Cardi dumped Offset for good is no longer viable due to the fact that they are still currently together and seem to be doing much better. At number 5 we have Vanessa Bryant and her late former husband of 20 years, basketballer Kobe Bryant. Kobe had previously admitted to his affairs in 2003 while he was facing essay allegations from a Colorado woman. It seemed he was on the brink of also losing Vanessa along the way, as at one point he was sure she would be done with him. Instead, Vanessa stuck it out with Kobe through the publicly scandalous issue. Things seemed great for them until 2011 when another woman claimed she engaged in an affair with the former sports star. However, after Vanessa promptly filed for divorce, the ordeal was dropped and they reconciled in 2013. Kobe was captured all over the country with a variety of women who were not his wife, when Vanessa reportedly hired an army of private investigators to figure out what was going on. And it was said that the PIs gathered quite the incriminating evidence against him. A close insider to Vanessa once described Vanessa's overall emotions over the situation, where they referred to Kobe as out of control due to his various affairs over the course of their marriage. Apparently, whenever Kobe was caught red-handed in the past, he would smooch his wife with expensive gifts ranging from cars to jewelry. However, as the source once said, each time he promised to reform and each time he broke his promise. At number 4 we have basketball player Nick Young, who revealed he cheated on his former fiancée and musical artist Iggy Azalea through a previously leaked secret video. At the time, the two braved the storm by attempting to work things out as they remained engaged, but surely enough, Nick showed that he was not willing to change much. In the words of Iggy, she detailed, "I broke up with Nick because I found out he had brought other women into our home while I was away and caught them on security footage." According to reports, Iggy actually received her payback by burning all his things in a bonfire. Big yikes. In the midst of their separation, Iggy also addressed the gossip that stated she left Nick because he had another child with the mother of his young son. But Iggy admitted that she didn't even know about that until it was revealed in E! News. At number 3, we have reality star Kourtney Kardashian and her previous partner Scott Disick. Now, Scott has been surrounded by rumors of him cheating on Kourtney throughout the duration of their Keeping Up with the Kardashian filming. Despite the fact that the two former partners share 3 children together, Scott was reportedly unable to remain a faithful lover to Kourtney. Apparently, Kourtney had discovered evidence of unfaithfulness on Scott's part multiple times, and yet the two remained on and off for a whopping 9 years before calling it quits for good in 2015. Surely it's not much of a surprise here that the Kardashian crew was not a fan of Scott by any means. They thought he had a horrible attitude and needed to tend to his previous alcohol use. The blend of issues often led to altercations stemming from Scott's behavior, who has admitted in the past that he struggled with alcohol basically up until they split. However, nowadays Kourtney and Scott have both moved on in the love department and are doing a great job at co-parenting, possibly even more so than when they were actually together. At number 2, we have the Osbourne duo known as Sharon and Ozzy respectively. As one of the biggest rock stars of not just his time, but all time, I think it was just to mostly Sharon's surprise when she found out that Ozzy was unfaithful a lot. By that point, Sharon was seemingly done with Ozzy, but around the next year and in light of their 40-year history, they ended up coming back to one another again and have been married ever since. It's unclear whether she decided to drop everything and forgive him at the time or now, but Sharon has expressed her understanding of how many men would also find it hard to remain faithful if they spent the day in Ozzy's world. Still, this doesn't mean Ozzy is proud of his past by any means. During a British GQ sit-down, the legendary rocker admitted that one of his biggest life regrets was having cheated on his wife. Quote, "I've done some pretty outrageous things in my life. I regret cheating on my wife. I don't do it anymore. I got my reality check and I'm lucky she didn't leave me. I was pissed off with myself, but I broke her heart." Ozzy and Sharon married back in 1982 and shared 3 children named Amy, Kelly, and Jack. At number 1, we have an unfortunate 2-for-1, and with athletes no less. Simply put, no one deserves to be cheated on, especially not more than once. However, this exact thing happened to Khloe and her past 2 relationships with basketball stars Lamar Odom and Tristan Thompson. It seems her luck with faithful men has yet to come, and it almost feels like Khloe's had some weird curse on her love life ever since her marriage to Lamar in 2009. For Lamar's situation, they divorced and then rekindled the romance, even with Khloe's revelation of Lamar cheating. They officially called it quits since, but he wouldn't be the first nor last dude Khloe was also reportedly involved with who allegedly cheated on her. With Tristan, he and Khloe were forced apart by unfaithfulness as well, while Khloe was pregnant with his child nonetheless, but they remained together for a while afterwards despite this. Khloe and Tristan officially separated when rumors of Tristan cheating with Khloe's half-sister Kylie's former bestie Jordan Woods in February 2019. Khloe dumped him in light of the news.